And I think we should be connected now. Cool. Hey everyone, have another taco. My name is Joseph. I'm a little early, just a couple minutes, but it's better a couple minutes early than my usual, 15 minutes late. So I'm out here at the Portland Ice Building, which is right over there. It's got a few people in front of it tonight, but the real crowd is a bunch over there. Why am I over here where there is nobody instead of over there? Because I don't film faces up close. I wanted to show that there were actually people out here on a Monday night. That's cool. It's getting warmer, so it's good to see that people are out there. The reason why I don't film over at Operation Inflation, for anybody new around here, is where I'm standing. You tend to have protesters when it's busy. Over there, across the way, in front of the ice building, that's where people are protesting. Tons of cameras on us in these locations. Ours, theirs, counter-protester, MAGA people. Over there at Operation Inflation, across the street, people might be eating, people might be changing into costumes, whatever they're doing. It's not polite. I personally don't see any. I don't see that they're protecting their. If you're out here, you're probably seeing stuff on Reddit, YouTube, whatever. So if somebody wants to know who you are, they probably do, especially if they're in government. I also don't shoot close up down there at the base camp, which is kind of a little memorial that's been set up. It looks a bit ghetto. Book ice! Don't film down there, at least not faces without permission, because, again, people might be, people kind of camp down there for a couple of days at a time sometimes, just to make sure that stuff is Did I just fix the sound? Shit. Did I fix the sound? I think I accidentally hit the mute button while I was putting you guys back in the clamp. Or possibly before I even got there. Okay, good. I'm hearing a yes. As I was saying, when you didn't hear me, I am the worst videographer ever. The sun is just setting, and I'm getting to the point I can barely start to see my screen. So, we're possibly going to do some things that will let me check that out better, and I will have, you know, the ability to monitor my sound levels and generally have a better experience than what I'm doing now. Okay, did we not have sound the whole time, or just from now? Well, you know, I am a legally blind albino with severe asthma. I have diabetic liver damage. I'm insulin dependent. Stage 4 cancer, melanoma, for which I take chemotherapy that if it ever stops working, you know, either I find something better or I die. So I may not sound all the best. Or, you know, it could be just that I'm using a crappy phone. Oh, when I crossed the road. Why did the blind guy cross the road? Because he wanted to mute his audio accidentally. Sorry, guys. I'm at the point I can kind of read it now. I'm still having trouble reading names. Names are very hard to read. The big thing is that I'm using my phone is my camera at the moment. It's going to cost me about $55 a month to add another line so that my phone is not my camera. And at that point, I'll be able to, like, you know, use a GoPro that doesn't have a touch screen button at the edge of the screen that I can accidentally hit mute while I'm crossing the road. In fact, I would just clip, you know, the camera into chest harness or something and cross the road that way. And I'd have both hands to do it. That's a goal. But I don't really, you know, I don't monetize this channel. I can't actually yet. And I just learned that other people who do monetize their channel, you know, higher in the algorithms, are taking my content, removing my name from it. All you have to do to take my content legally, instead of stealing it, is keep my username on your channel. They aren't doing that. Bet you can guess which side they're on. If they're actually taking my name off of my channel, oh, and they leave, you know, Tommy Boy and his buddies' names intact because, you know, respecting their rights and all. But steal from me. While these assholes mock me on social media for my disability and mock the fact that I am unemployed, which, you know, given those disabilities, yeah, who's hiring? Doesn't matter how much data security experience I've got. So they mock me for being unemployed and for being disabled because they're pieces of Trump, and you know, they at the same time steal my content illegally. When all they'd have to do it legally is put my name on it. That's all they'd have to do currently. I haven't filed the copyright strikes on their videos yet, and I may not do so. We'll see. But the option is there. Yay, TriMed! Like I said, not honking much anymore. I think they may have gotten in trouble. Anyway, So tonight, I wanted to, because I figured there were going to be fewer people than there are. It's cool that there are more people, but I put off a discussion for tonight because there would be so few people. So, there are two things we can kind of discuss tonight. And the first one was, give me a second, I want to attach a battery. I don't need it yet, but I want it on here for when I do, so I can just plug into it. There we go. Was the concept of specifically white privilege, but any privilege. But let's start with the white privilege because, you know, growing up as you know, a conservative-minded individual and a poor one at that, the question always was, where is my white privilege? Because, you know, I'm poor. A lot of the things designed to, you know, help those who are financially disadvantaged explicitly exclude me because, I mean, let's face it, I look about as white as you can possibly get. Albino. My lineage is a little more complicated than that, but you just look at me and you go, you're white. Yeah, okay, fine. But I was excluded from a lot of the things that could help me. And, you know, you'd occasionally hear people say, well, you still have advantages other people don't. And I'm like, okay, but I'm also blind. And literally, one of the first people who I met as an adult, who was brown, said to me, I thought I knew what discrimination was. My whole life, growing up black, I thought I understood discrimination, and then I went blind. And throughout the 2000s, being, you know, a blind adult of a conservative persuasion, I would say, you know, you're not allowed in any polite society to discriminate against people because of their race. But you are allowed to discriminate against people with disabilities. Oh, it's technically illegal, but it happens all the time. And you literally can walk into a bar and be discussing that you're getting a job there. And after you leave the bar, somebody's going to discuss with the bartender how they can legally get out of hiring you. And, like, there have been studies and there have been, like, hidden camera shows, both, that demonstrate this is a real thing. That people can actually discuss in polite company how to discriminate against people with disabilities. All right. So, supposedly, you're not allowed to discriminate against people because of their... Now, all of this, you need to understand, this is me growing up as a conservative person. And, you know, believing all this shit, because I lived in frickin' blue states where discrimination like that wasn't allowed. And I thought, well, you know, maybe if you live in, like, the frickin', you know, trespassers will be violated in Southern Mountain somewhere, that might be different. But, you know, in civilized society, that ain't happening. Well, then we elected Donald Trump twice. Elected may need to be in scare quotes for that second one, but the first one I'm sure of. The second one, we know that Elon Musk defrauded at least one election. Slappy, slappy, please don't do we. And, you know, nothing's going to happen because of it. Because fucking corruption. But, you know, let's assume he won the elections, both of them, for the sake of argument. And his agenda, especially in the second term, is so blatant, I don't know how you can't see the racism. And a lot of people seem to be okay with it. So maybe we haven't progressed as far as I thought. And I'd like to say that if I had seen this as a Republican, I would have called it out as a Republican. The question is, would I have seen it? And I'm not sure I would have, because, you know, I got my news from frickin' fake Fox News, where they're showing literal fake video and claiming it's the facts.
Oh, yeah.
We're literally making video up, and we're claiming it's the facts. Totally. Yeah, anyway. So, the whole question of privilege, I think it's a little difficult to say that you have it or you don't. Because if you have it, you know, you theoretically aren't constrained by, you know, the fact that you know, your skin color or your level of ability, you know, physical limitations. You're not going to be discriminated against because you're short or whatever. But not everybody has that same level of privilege equally. It seems like privilege applies a lot more the higher up the social ladder you are, because you can be a rich motherfucker, and if you're black, you're still going to be discriminated against. But if you're a rich white motherfucker, not so much. Seems like the poorer you go, the less that privilege applies. Or at least tends to, because I don't think even that is it. So the whole question of having privilege or not, it seems a little weird. And I don't know how to reconcile that. But I thought it was interesting. So I figured I would raise the question and ask people what y'all think about it. I'm going to see if I can extend this a little higher. And higher in a way that does not... sorry for a little bit of shaky cam, guys. I don't like the way I set up the tripod, because I can't easily see the screen still, because I'm not close enough. So I'm readjusting the tripod so that it's so that I can basically get under it more easily. There we go. That'll be better. It also helps if I would, you know, there we go. Very clear sky tonight while I'm playing with the ball head. Very clear sky. Got some great, like, pink to purple clouds over there. That looks cool. Anyway, should have noticed that sooner. But anyway, I thought I would ask what y'all think about that, because, you know, part of being a former Republican is you end up having to relearn a lot of things that you thought weren't so. Let's see. I mean, it seems like Dirty Hippie was saying white privilege is a real thing, but so is ableism privilege. And I guess you could also throw economic privilege in there too. So it seems like there's multiple privileges that seem to, you know, coalesce to benefit certain people. And they benefit certain people more than others. If you've got the white privilege and you've got the economic privilege and you're able-bodied, you know, you've still got a ton of privilege. I think I would also throw in social privilege. And this is weird because it's kind of an inverse one. Donald Trump has social privilege, not because, you know, he's such a nice, wonderful guy, but because he's such an insufferable piece of shit who is so easily manipulated that he can kind of get very far just because people would rather just give him what he wants than deal with his shit, because he's got all those other privileges. Steven says, time isn't the same as it was in the 90s. After 9/11, things changed. People had issues, 3 of them, greed, power, and ignorance. You know, I think I would agree with that to some extent. And again, as a Republican, I had a problem with particularly Arab Muslims. My problem with Arab Muslims, I've said before, was I thought they needed to come out strongly in opposition to terrorism being done in their name, and they have since. But it took quite a while. And maybe it was kind of like, I sort of feel conflicted about, the Palestine regions. On a map, they sort of belong to Israel, but they really don't, because Israel's behavior should, and in my opinion does, disqualify them from claiming those regions. They don't have any right to that just because of the way they behaved. It's gross. But the question there is, I mean, obviously Hamas is a horrible terrorist organization. Frickin' Soros crows. Longtime viewers of my channels know the joke about the Soros crow. Anyway. I'm going to try to do this very carefully because, again, faces over here. We've got a very cute kid over there. But, yeah, my issue was never, with people who are Arabs. And, I know about some of the history of the Pashtun people. I know that there has been a lot of... There's not a lot of reason to necessarily have a problem with people who are Arabs. The Pashtun people just want to be left alone. More than anything, they don't want, anybody to bother them. So the issue isn't necessarily people who are Arabs. The people from the Palestinian region, they came from Egypt. They came from, these people. There's nothing wrong with the people. And realistically, if you look at their religion, and of course, Republicans pick and choose passages from the Quran the same way that they pick and choose passages from the Bible and ignore the rest. If you look at the religion of Islam, no, it doesn't justify, it doesn't justify war and terrorism. It really doesn't. I mean, war sometimes, yeah, but the Bible justifies war sometimes. Not what we're doing in Iran. And the Persian people are not, strictly speaking, Arabs, but that entire portion of the world, if you're a Republican, they're all the same. They're all those olive-skinned people. And it's not, that isn't even necessarily an attempt at deliberate discrimination. It's just ignorance. You don't know who these people are. And you don't care to learn. But I did have a problem with the fact that people who were Arab Muslims weren't generally speaking out. And I now understand that is out of fear. And you could have told me it was out of fear before. And my answer would have been, and I don't know, maybe it still would be, they still need to speak up. Because until they do, they end up being responsible for something that supposedly they don't support. But if you're not speaking up against it, you do. Which is why I, as a former Republican, theoretically not supporting Donald Trump at all, am out here, despite all the disabilities and everything else, and, the harassment online. I mostly don't see that because I don't use most social media, but I know about it. I don't have to like deal with it the same way that some people. I mean, I guess like Nathan and Bree are on other social media, so they have to deal with it. I don't. But the reason why I put up with all that shit is because if I don't speak up against Trump and Republicans, especially as having been one of those Republicans, then I'm implicitly supporting it. Topic of the not the other topic, but another topic about why I agree to an extent with the people who say they can't forgive people who voted for Trump, especially in 2024. And it's like, I understand that, because your apology is kind of hollow unless you're actively doing something about it. You helped elevate this monster. So it's kind of your job. Yay, TriMet! If you aren't doing something about it, you own it, And I'm doing what I can about it. Okay, I'm getting off on rants here. I should be paying attention to my chat more. So Tired says that she feels like she has benefited from white privilege. The thing is, I said that I didn't see where mine was. I probably did benefit somewhere. Despite the fact that I have all these other lacks of privilege, I probably did benefit somewhere. I couldn't tell you where. And now I get religious on you. My confirmation name is Leo. For Leo the 13th, who invented the term social justice. He didn't mean what we tend to mean by social justice today. His argument was that if you, as a person of privilege of some sort, he would have used different words, a person of means, see someone whose potential is artificially being limited, you should have a sense of social justice to create a fair opportunity for that person, to elevate that person, not just hand it to them for free, but give them a chance to rise to their potential. Now, I gotta say, probably people have given me that opportunity, and sometimes I've wasted it. That's on me. But if they gave me the chance, and I'm the reason why I didn't benefit from it, that's on me. That's the difference between the classic and the modern sense, because it seems like the modern sense of social justice is you give everybody the same result. And, at some level, people have got to actually earn things or they don't respect what they've got. I mean, Donald Trump does not know groceries. What does any... Okay. Very sorry about that, guys. This is why I need to start spending $55 a month on cellular, because cellular does not work, so I'm on Wi-Fi. Need that separate device. So I'm very sorry. I have no idea where I was. Probably I was talking about how Donald Trump doesn't have to buy groceries. So he has no connection to any of that, because all of his privileges have conspired to make him somebody who never has to deal with it. I mean, it must be nice to be born into, wealth and luxury, to borrow your first million. I mean, a lot of people have said that over the year. Hell, we said that as Republicans. It must be nice. They'll just borrow your first million from dad. But, yuck. My sunburn has reached that skin peel phase. Annoying. And Stephen from Wisconsin is bringing up the other question, which is going to be the next topic for discussion tonight. Donald Trump and the 25th Amendment. I put that one in there. So we'll come back to that in a minute. I'm going to catch up on chat real quick. Let's see if we have anything more to say about this topic. For the most part, so tired and Tarly, my chat does not require the same level of modding. And also, if somebody comes in here and starts being a MAGA asshole, my mods are more than empowered. Nathan's stream is like, we're going to try and live and let live until somebody's, just being obnoxious. In here, nah. You do that, you get tossed. I have a much... It's not that I necessarily have a much lower tolerance, because, I used to just leave it all in, let them say what they want. But somebody, and I think it was the Dangerous Ones podcast, somebody from that group argued with me that the people who are MAGA are just trying to spam everything with their stuff and just make it an unpleasant place for everyone else, and also to kind of make it so that people who don't share their beliefs and bigotries and the like are kind of encouraged to say something that's going to get them into trouble, get them banned off of YouTube or something. Try and see if you can goad somebody into popping off, and then you report them for it. The being a fucking little shit, and then I'm going to punch you in the face. Oh, you'll get in trouble. And then the kid going, okay, well, I decided that I wasn't willing to allow other people to be... That's what I'm doing. Other people to be... It's gotten chilly enough that I needed a sweater. Or a sweatshirt. Grab one hoodie. Anyway, I decided I was not willing to let people use my stream as... And, my videos, whenever I get around to making some of those that aren't live streams again, as a vehicle to goad other people into doing something you can target them for. It's just that what they're doing is the same sort of bullshit that the Westboro Baptist shitbags do, where they encourage people to do things that they can then sue them over. Yay, TriMet! Hey, we got one. 35. Okay, did I end up scrolled back in time? I did. Okay, catching up. So, my mods are completely just, just absolutely welcome and encouraged to remove anything that is obnoxious and for repeat offenders, and sometimes first-time offenders if they feel like it, just, you're not welcome here anymore. Goodbye. But yeah, I think we can. I think it is our obligation to make change, like Dirty Hippie was saying. And I really think the solution is kind of what Leo the 13th was pushing for, which is if you see somebody whose whose situation is not allowing them to do what they can do, and you have the ability to do something about it, or to talk to somebody who can do something about it, make changes happen. I'm going to zoom in on the guys on the front line a little bit. Yeah, with mine, you don't have to become mean. You don't have to encourage. If they're causing trouble, just goodbye. Or no, that was actually related to the question of privilege. Yeah, that too. If you can't make them see the light, make them feel the heat, which is kind of a Reagan saying. But again, I was raised a conservative. Part of why I said before that I was almost certainly given some opportunities that I squandered. And the reason why that was, in a large part, was because I didn't know how to use those opportunities I was being offered. Somebody said that everybody who has been affected by ICE should be given money as reparations, a large settlement from the government to, make up in some small way for the way they've been abused and give them a chance at a better life. The problem is, if you handed me $1 million today, if you just gave me $1 million, I would probably use it better than I did, better than I would have 20 years ago. Yeah, somebody gave me $1 million 20 years ago. That never happened. But I probably wouldn't use the money as well as somebody who knows how to manage money, because I've never had it. I've been below the poverty line literally my entire fucking life, with the exception of about maybe 10 months. And at the end of the 10 months, all I had was debt, because I didn't use the money well. Didn't know how. Lisa points out that it's the same thing, what I was saying about Muslims in the Middle East denouncing terrorism in the 2000s. It's the same as Christians in the 90s needing to be the ones to denounce abortion clinic bombings. Yes, you can be pro-life and be anti-blowing the shit out of buildings that might have people in them. In fact, if you're pro-life, you should be opposed to people blowing up abortion clinics and possibly killing people. That's and even if there was nobody in it, and you're like, well, nobody died and we took out a facility that's killing babies. Okay, but somebody could have died. You should be opposed to the violent act that had a high likelihood of being able to end somebody's life in general. And if you can't do that, then you're not as pro-life as you claim you are. Just pointing that out. Oh, and by the way, you're allowed to say mind fuck on this channel. Believe me, you don't have to moderate your language. I don't. Fuck ice! Israel kind of couldn't have occupied the 30s all that well, the 1930s, because they didn't exist until 1948. We gave them territory, and that caused all kinds of problems. They didn't earn it. They didn't fight for it. It was just handed over to them by a bunch of white colonials to make up for the fact that they kind of initially sort of supported the people who were mass murdering them. Oops. Fucking Nazis at Madison Square Garden in the 30s. But sort of the issue with kind of the issue with the Gaza Strip and the West Bank, you know, the whole Gaza, the West Bank, the whole Palestine region is, if you ask both sides, they will say the other side started it. And they're right. The question is, what do they count as it that was started? And Hamas is literally a terrorist organization. But then you look at fucking Netanyahu, and he's a genocidal maniac that is just committing mass murder with the help of our president. Both of them are war criminals. Both of them should be delivered to The Hague for trial. Hell, at this point, I'm ready to deliver them both to Gaza and have them tried by the Palestinians. Or Trump, or both of them really, dropped into Tehran for the same purpose. But, I mean, I don't get to make decisions about these things. So, I guess I don't have to worry about that, at least not from me. I don't get to make those decisions. See, this is the problem with the, yeah, can I... No, that sucks. That's worse. Let's do that. I gotta move to see the chat, but... So, are we voting on Taco Tuesday? I'd have to disconnect the stream to actually make that. Damn. Whether we're going to have Taco Tuesday. We might have a fucking impeachment Tuesday if we're smart. But we're getting on to the It's so hard to write this video on like a... All right. I think we've kind of addressed the privilege question well enough. I don't know if we actually came to... Hi, Meow. I don't know if we came to any real conclusion, but I will say, if you are appreciating the discussion, please click that like button, because that helps people find us in the algorithm. And I'm a small channel. I need that watch time if I ever wanted to be monetized. I don't know if I do. I mean, I've talked about it. I would rather something else. But then tonight, my stream was down midstream for like 5 minutes while I'm frantically trying to buy Wi-Fi access because my cellular's just crapped out. I don't have the sort of setup that Nathan does yet. I mean, I've got the equipment to do it. I bought the equipment, but it's $55 a month. And I have received a grand total of 21 the entire time I have been streaming. Which, thank you for those who have contributed to my Venmo. Both of you. But $21, 55 a month. I just haven't had it. It's been a rough couple of months. I've had a couple of appliances to repair. So, hopefully in the next couple of weeks I may be able to do something about it. So, I mean, the questions I have are we going to have tacos on Tuesday? In which case I vote yes. Or is Trump going to chicken out? And that, I'm voting kind of, on a 1 to 7 scale, how likely is he to, actually nuke the shit out of Iran tomorrow? I'm about a 5 thinking he will. Like, not bomb, nuke.
So hard, I was crying. I was like,
that has me scared a little shitless. But
last Saturday. Yeah, it was.
all right. No, I don't think they are jamming. I think it's just the Wi-Fi here is pretty spotty, or the Wi-Fi here works only in this corner, but I wasn't on Wi-Fi, I was on cellular. And the cellular, I have half a bar with my phone. I've got an old Pixel 6. I can't afford to replace it. An old Pixel 6 running a now unsupported operating system. I would like a new phone, but it's not in the budget. Like I said, $21 contributed to the channel, and I've had to repair some appliances, so there's just been nothing in the budget to spare. I would like to, be using the same sort of setup that Nathan's got. His doesn't disconnect all that often. He only has a little bit of trouble when it rains. So, let me scroll through real quickly to see if I can catch up. Yeah, you weren't buffering. I was just simply not transmitting. But I'm back, I hope. All right. Ooh, we should talk about the nationalized healthcare thing when we're done with the next topic. But the next topic is the 25th Amendment. And if you guys actually looked at my description on the video, I don't think we should use it. I do not think we should use the 25th Amendment to remove Donald Trump. And if you've read the 25th Amendment, you probably already know what I'm going to say. But let me finish scrolling here. Hello, beautiful and intelligent Democrats and never-Trumpers. You are allowed to say fuck here. I don't care. How's it going, Mike? I'm supposed to tell you you park like an asshole. Oh, thank you for posting the link, Kate. Appreciate it. I'm almost there. Big Spider Mike, rising from the dead is difficult. I have trouble rising from a chair. Especially this fucking shoulder. Okay. So, the 25th Amendment is a really bad idea, now that I've caught up. 25th Amendment is a really bad idea to remove Donald Trump. And let me tell you why. If you read it, you know why. Most people have not. If a majority of Donald Trump's religious nutbag trying to create the apocalypse cabinet decide they want him removed from office, well, want to relieve him of his duties as president, they can invoke the 25th Amendment. And, all it requires is Vance and a majority of the cabinet. Simple majority of the cabinet, right? And Donald Trump is, well, shit. The first problem is people think the 25th Amendment would make him not president. No, if you invoke the 25th Amendment, Donald Trump is still your president. J.D. Vance becomes the acting president while Donald Trump is incapacitated. The 25th Amendment gives the vice president presidential authority, while the president is off having surgery or some shit. All the president has to do after Vance takes his authority, all the president has to do is send a letter to Congress saying, all right, I'm competent to be president again. And Donald Trump becomes president again. That's all it takes. All it takes is Donald Trump saying, he's deposed by the 25th Amendment because he's a raving nutbag. And all he has to do is send a letter saying, I'm still president. And he's president again. So the 25th Amendment doesn't stop him from being president if he doesn't want to be stopped. What it does do is it gives Vance Trump's authority until Trump takes it back. Well, what if Congress sees that letter from Trump saying, I'm ready to be president again, and they're like, no fucking way. If Congress says no fucking way, what they do is they vote on it. And it takes a 2/3 majority in the House and then a 2/3 majority in the Senate to agree. And if you get 2/3 of the entire MAGA Congress to agree that Donald Trump is not yet competent to be president, he's not president. Do you see the problem here? Well, what if they do that? Let's assume that all of these Republicans in Congress, even the MAGA ones, even fucking Maggot Mike himself, decide that, yeah, Donald Trump is nuts. What if they decide that? 2/3 of them vote, Donald Trump is not competent to be president right now. What then? They've rejected Trump's letter. The problem is, Donald Trump is still president. He sends a letter to Congress saying, I'm ready to be president again, tomorrow. And what does it take to reject Trump's reassertion of his presidential authority? Well, you need a 2/3 vote in the House, and then if the Senate votes by 2/3 to agree with the House that he's not yet competent to be president again, then he's not yet competent to be president again. Are you seeing the problem? Donald Trump is president until he either leaves office or is impeached and removed from office. I do not see the name of, I see the real name of the person, but I don't know. Sorry, that was my fault. I accidentally tapped on the thing to see if I could see who it was. One of you kind people just contributed $15 to my Venmo. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So yes, the alternative to the 25th Amendment, where Donald Trump is still president and can reassert his authority as president so that he can launch the fucking nukes anytime he damn well pleases, is to actually impeach and remove him from office. That requires a simple majority in the House, and you can bypass Maggot Mike with the same kind of petition that they used to push the Epstein law. You can just petition, and it's a simple majority in the House to remove him. And the House is close enough, all it would take is a couple Republicans to do it. And you might need a couple more to actually, get the petition going. In the Senate, you need a 2/3 majority to remove him from office. So impeachment is the better option. There is a third option, and y'all ain't gonna like it. I guarantee you, you are not going to like option number 3. But it removes Donald Trump from office. Donald Trump can resign. Donald Trump can resign from office, and that would get him out. Justice? Probably none. Justice for the Epstein victims? None. For the people who he's murdered? None. But Donald Trump can resign from office. But he's Donald Trump. He's not going to do that just because we want him to. In fact, the fact that we want him to is probably going to guarantee that he won't. But it is an option for him. He could resign. So what would cause Donald Trump to take option number 3 and resign? If the Republicans in Congress talk to the Democrats and say, do we have the votes to impeach this motherfucker? Not, we are impeaching. Do we have the votes to do it? Because, you know, the entire Democratic Party, except for fucking John Fetterman, is going to vote to impeach Donald Trump. John Fetterman will vote no, everybody else is going to vote yes. If Republicans go to the White House and say, we have the votes to impeach, not who's voting, but the votes are there, we'd like to offer a deal. Donald Trump loves deals, apparently. The deal is Donald Trump resigns. Vance pardons him federally for any crime he has committed. Any crime. Which gets him out of a lot of trouble that he's in. And he can go to Florida or leave the country, whatever, and Florida will refuse to extradite his ass to whatever state wants to try him. So he doesn't go to prison. If Donald Trump is offered that kind of deal, I think he would chicken out and, find a health excuse, declare victory, and we get no justice. But what we don't get is a nuclear fucking war started because this shitbag is desperate and wants to stay out of prison. I want him to stand trial. I really want him to stand trial. I want to wave to this bus. Yay, TriMet! I really want Donald Trump to stand trial, though. Because that motherfucker has been involved in a couple of genocidal, crazy motherfucker bullshit. He's got to go. Donald Trump has got to go. But at the same time, giving up on the idea of putting him on trial, if he resigns, America knows why. He'll go down like Nixon did. Now the problem is, what he's done is way worse than Nixon. And not only is what he did way worse than Nixon, I think people have kind of forgotten what Nixon did. But on the other hand, Donald Trump is dying. I mean, there's no question. Donald Trump's health. The dude is dying. So that's the thing. Either the Republicans decide that they're willing to impeach him and offer him the choice to resign, or they need to impeach his ass. Because the 25th Amendment isn't going to work. Honestly, if you just want my take on it, at this point we need to be telling Congress in every state, you impeach him or we impeach you. Because when in the course of human events, it becomes necessary. Yeah, you're not allowed to say certain things on YouTube, and I wouldn't recommend emailing those things to your Congress critter either, because that can get you into trouble. But, I mean, if you make it clear that he goes or they go, I mean, I kind of think we're there. It's that or we have a nuclear fucking holocaust on our hands. World War III, World War IV being fought with sticks and stones. I'm not keen to go there. And I'm kind of willing to do whatever it takes to keep from going there. I mean, really, seriously, do you think if civil unrest in this country breaks out into, you know, people pew-pewing at each other, do you think I survive this? You're here all night. You know my disability list. I said it. Or maybe I said it while I was muted. I don't know. I will repeat it just in case. I am legally blind albino with severe asthma, diabetic liver damage. I'm insulin dependent. If I don't get my insulin, I die. I'm on chemotherapy for stage 4 melanoma. If I don't get my chemotherapy, I die. If my chemotherapy ever stops working, I die. Basically, there's lots of situations, most of which involve this country going to hell in a handbasket, in which I don't come out the other end. Either I would have to be crazy to want anything that could lead us in that direction, or I would have to be willing to, you know, trade me for the lives of people I care about. And honestly, that's it. That is it. Yeah, you've deleted 2 of his messages. I'm just removing him. Oh, you already did. Thank you. Nuclear fucking war is Donald Trump's fault. He's trying to start one, you stupid piece of Trump. If you don't have a problem with that, go to hell. Take the express elevator. The rest of us don't want World War fucking III because that shitbag does not want people to send him to prison for raping children. It is that simple. Donald Trump has committed multiple genocides to distract people from the fact that he is a fucking child rapist. And he doesn't want to go to prison. We've gotten to the point where, literally, I believe that every single fucking thing posted by QAnon, who I probably could name as Steve Bannon, is absolutely fucking true. Every single thing they said was happening to kids, all of it true. And Donald Trump was responsible for most of it. That is what I believe at this point. And the problem is, if other people were paying attention, they would believe it too. So Donald Trump has committed mass murder twice, genocide twice, fucking Holocaust twice to cover that up. And he'll do it again. And he'll do it again. Anything to keep his precious little fat white ass and his fat little brown diaper out of prison. And unfortunately, we're at the point that his party of liars and sycophants and scumbags who all deserve to be in prison with him will do anything to protect him because you MAGA pieces of shit tend to shoot people who betray your beloved leader. So given that, they're all afraid to impeach him. So people like me are willing to accept the alternative that he be given one chance to leave office without going to prison. Because, frankly, he's going to hell soon enough anyway. Hey, you guys, I think that song is banned by the Geneva Convention.
Attention, this is the Federal Protective
Okay, I'm not zoomed in enough and not paying enough attention, but I assume their attention, this is a federal facility, in response to fucking Baby Shark. Oh. As far as I'm concerned, this is a protected federal facility in response to Baby Shark. Oh, they might come out. I should go over there and Yay, TriMed! Guys, as far as I'm concerned, they responded to Baby Shark with, this is a federal protected facility. If you don't stop playing that shit, we will arrest you.
They were quoting that before that song too.
Oh. All right, let's go over there and see what's happening, guys. Do not need a cane anymore. At this point, I know every bump in the road over here. See, the thing is, I have no depth perception. So I really should be using a cane, but I often don't out here to protect my shoulder, which is all kinds of fucked up after dark because I know literally every bump in the road. So my lack of depth perception. Hey guys, seriously, nothing until you guys start playing Baby Shark, and then this is a federal protected. So as far as I'm concerned, what I heard, hi guys, did you guys really, you're gonna arrest these guys because they played Baby Shark? Seriously? I'm thinking so. All right.
Back to basics, baby. You already know. Baba.
They're taking the chalk. They're taking the chalk. Okay. Art supplies. Okay. Oh. I guess somebody drew something on their sidewalk. Well, I missed that. I still think they came out because Baby Shark.
I'm pretty sure the community likes my painting of pastors. That pastor is better than you fuckers.
Well. Oh, there you go. I guess they technically do own that sidewalk, so they're allowed to hose it off. How many guys does it take to, how many does it take to, hose down a sidewalk? Okay.
How much does the sidewalk spray out cost us, you guys? I'm guessing for the only thing I see. Here I am making the community and neighborhood beautiful, and here you guys are being fascist neo-Nazi douchebags.
I mean, it sure as hell beats the, spray paint. Y'all know I'm not a fan of the spray paint, the graffiti. Actual artwork is better.
You guys were like, fuck that bitch. No, fuck you, fucking neo-fascist asshole.
I don't think she's happy about her artwork being destroyed.
To support themselves within neighborhoods, you fucking douchebag.
Okay, well. So I guess all of that about coming out wasn't about Baby Shark, it was just about hosing off the sidewalk.
Yeah, no, they wanted to steal my.
Hey, paint's cheap. I've got some that I've had for a while that I didn't use.
No,
so
I definitely need paint back up.
You probably have to shake the hell out of it because it's been sitting for a couple years. Got a whole tub of acrylics. I'm happy to bring it to you.
Absolutely, that's what I'm using.
Because acrylics will chip off of the sidewalk. I know I've taken enough of it home on my shoes.
It's usually
3 to 4 rains.
Yeah, but yeah, it is. It's usually 3 to 4 rains. And
Yeah.
we've got 2 weeks of dry, sunny weather, so.
Got a bunch of different colors. I'm not using them. I bought them to paint terrain that I didn't get around to making, so. It's not a full palette, but. I mean, you can take your. See, the thing is, I would consider it a service if you were painting over like the spray paint on the building because they haven't taken that shit.
I look at it as I have done more community service hours in the last 2 weeks than most people do in a year. And these neo-fascist Nazi bastards.
It's too bad for them. Their hoses aren't. I mean, hose isn't long enough.
Well, they don't
I
own
would say
that.
I'm lying with you. I've done more community service hours in the last 2 weeks than most people do in a year.
Hang on. Freya's on camera enough time, so I can actually see. I tell people I don't film close up over there any faces if I can avoid it. But your shirt is on camera. I figure you're proud of
They
it.
stole my paint.
Yeah. I've got a tub about yay big and it's just full of paint and I don't have a place to put it. I'm losing my storage unit.
Fascist Nazi bastards.
How dare you?
It was all colors for, like painting terrain for games I haven't had time to play. But, yeah. See, I still think they were, this is a federal protected facility, blah, 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 in response to Baby Shark.
I'm on public sidewalk.
Yeah, but that's not a public sidewalk.
Well, I mean, technically it was on the public access for the light.
They walked off of federal property to steal your stuff and walk away with it.
It's not the first time.
Oh, of course not.
I'd like to look
Seriously.
at the actual property.
I would seriously like if you were to design something on paper and submit it to.
I'm pretty sure the property line is right here.
Yeah. Well, I don't think this is theirs either. This belongs to.
Because yeah, it's all public. This spot, I'm pretty sure it's right here. Yeah, it's the public access lot.
Well, yeah. Public access lot. Right now. It's like one of my they said, oh yeah, draw that sidewalk up on the street.
I'm convinced they hate me showing them up, and I'm making the beautiful neighborhood, and they're neo-fascist, racist fascists.
Seriously, I would love it if you would, somehow convince the city that the paint on the building is a blight, and submit, like a drawing of community to just paint over that building, and get the city to somehow say, yes, you're allowed to paint that building. Oh, of course the owner of the building would never sign off on it. But then, he's responsible. The thing is, if the owner of that building doesn't paint over the blight that is on the building, the city can hire whoever they want to paint the building. They could hire you to paint that building. Why do you have a song about Donald Trump? All right. So there's our excitement for a while, guys. All right, folding the legs so I don't trip over them. There we go. Why do they have a song about Donald Trump playing? They probably can get away with that legally because she was using it on their sidewalk. On their
It's not
sidewalk.
their sidewalk.
On the side is.
Yeah,
Who knows,
yeah.
but we just learned a button to get them out here. Write it down for buttons to make them come out. No, for real, there needs to be a list on triggers.
Oh,
The most ridiculous.
that's hilarious. Dude, that is fucking hilarious.
We should start practicing.
I'm all in.
Decoy,
I'm all in.
action.
Man, we've been having this one time thing where every time
I've seen him on the side of the house.
I wasn't sure, which is why I didn't go over and say hello. I mean, I literally walk right by the chuds, and sometimes I recognize that that's what I'm doing. And like even their audiences are like, if they like attack some blind guy walking down the street, that ain't gonna go over well for them. Yeah, not if I'm not here, and hopefully not even.
Right. I like the shirt, by the way.
Thank you. Sing back school.
The best thing to watch somebody who's saying it's like a The screaming goat. Did you hear that?
Represente? All right. Now I've got my whole thing tangled up. Okay. motion. So apparently we have a berserk button to get them outside. Oh, Barney would definitely have been thumbs down top.
I would love to split so hard. It's a massive mural that would tell the story, huh? You could stand out there like this and walk. You have that wide stance, you're like. Yo, my mom likes the streams, by the way.
This is exactly how
Yeah. She scrolled for like one of the 3 hour streams just to find everything that I was in. I was like, this is. And the first time I was like, oh, also. Y'all remind me of something I keep telling people is like, fuck no! I saw it, dude. When there was some like bar, they were playing some house music, and I saw where the ice was bobbing.
Storm is very like,
My request is bio-friendly cleanup acrylic paint. Because then I can't be considered permanent. And everything else breathable paint.
Look at this.
And so it's essentially like one of these systems I touch on as
Yeah. It's a 60 decibel sound.
I have a bunch of people let us know when you're done with the section.
This is loud.
For you.
It's like 60
Which
decibels.
made me feel so nice. It's just like an art project, it's not ready.
Yeah, I was seeing it.
It might make no sense to anybody. Okay, and six.
Yeah, you're gonna do a whistle.
I have to do like 30 minutes of stretching.
Yes, dude. I do actually want to make I think you know it's about to happen. You have to look at your yes.
Last time I did that, I was cute. But yeah.
Just looking for standing up to that. It's fine. It's fine. I changed out my nail art today. They start to get rusty, get sanded, and then it holds more bacteria.
I used to watch people on a pretty red.
No, dude, I never really like cancel that shit unless I've seen you do it already because I came to a show and then you introduce yourself and I do this and that.
I'd like to talk to you about like banners. Because I just some like tarp banners because
Like saying what?
well my chairs keep wandering away and it's fine. I put my name on them. I'm actually gonna change it so it says have another taco on it.
That's so
Because
nice.
that's how people recognize me. But what I would like to do with it is I would like to put banners on the side of the wagon
You're not Ghost
and
Rider.
put labels on the
Can't do
chairs.
this.
Please return to the taco truck.
That's lit. No, yeah, I could probably help you with that.
Okay.
Oh, that
I
would be
can draw
awesome.
something out on like a fabric or something. Or, yeah, I could even like sew fabrics together.
Sunny Bear?
Do you have like an Instagram or
What the?
something?
YouTube.
I haven't
YouTube.
heard that name in a
I
long
love
I
ass
I'm
time.
I am have another taco.
2 days of
Oh,
quarantine.
have another taco
Yep.
on YouTube?
Because
Yep.
it was all
Okay,
Ghost
bet.
Rider.
I'll follow you
We were
when my
at
phone's back
Pioneer
on.
Place when we went ice skating. And
Yeah, I've just been like I've been coming out here for a long
half
time.
a gallon bag of
You know, occasionally I get the cuts in there that are just back at the beginning when I was doing this, they were like they wouldn't support you if they knew that you were a Republican.
Cool,
Talk
you're a
about
real
it.
one.
Well, I'm not a Republican anymore, and I wasn't when I started running out here when I used to be. The thing is,
Oh my god.
you realize that son of a bitch tried to overthrow the U.S. Constitution. If you actually hear about that, then you realize the parties behind it doing it. How can we be?
That doesn't. Skills
Yeah,
don't
right?
transfer unless they're
Exactly.
taught. Any skill can be
No, I
learned.
appreciate you so
Evolution is
much.
not the way to- I mean, it's a trick.
No, I really
So,
do. That's
no, this won't hold a plate at all. But I mean, it's got so many fucking pockets. And this is something I could literally wear, you know, out anywhere and not worry about it. And in fact, I can have $40. I can get another one and have like a, you know, civilian around town load out. I can have,
I'm a bitch.
yeah.
But I was raised
This
up.
jacket here. Sorry guys, I'll get back to you in a second.
Or like, are you 27?
You know, because it is a police, police officer. So this doesn't literally.
Were you like an undercover?
No, I'm a blind guy. I don't generally haul wagon loads. Seriously,
That's fire.
I'm prepared
Can I
for
get one of those? Hell yeah. Thank you.
just in case you need one.
This looks like the,
That's this. No, that's a Sudacon wipe.
oh,
If you get sprayed,
Barely see
Okay.
you know, keep your eyes closed, just wipe down only, and you can take but the point is that you're pulling that powder crap off your face on the right.
okay.
My toes have all these dots on my shoulder and I'm too big for those. I see them as like little nails, keep my hands moving. And then
Oh, no, you can have it.
Justice!
Thank you so much.
should we go say hi?
Just in case somebody needs it. That's
Yeah.
why I thought it.
Right.
It's my last one.
Yeah, no worries.
gonna go crossover. Do your thing.
Well, I'm gonna go
So, all right, I'm gonna make sure I am zoomed all the way the fuck out, and I'm going to point the camera over here a little bit. Okay, that's bad, but I'm gonna back up a little bit. So this is just like a fishing vest. You guys heard me talking about it. It's got, you know, a million pockets, and like this pocket here is now where I'm keeping silicone lights. So in the event of in the event of somebody getting sprayed, I can help them get that shit off their face once they've gotten out of the area. Which, you know, if you get sprayed because you're in the area and you have left the area, like even the fucking agents should be fine with you, like getting out of there and, you know, getting yourself cleaned off. Now, theoretically, if you come back, they're gonna do it again, but you know, that all that stuff used to just be in my jacket pockets because I had so many pockets. So I'm transferring it to this vest that was about $40. Give me a second to reorient the camera. Sorry, guys. Sorry for the jerky. I don't know how to get that one to not be jerky. I guess I gotta oil it or something. Is this literally like the fucking Trump playlist? There we go. All right. Reposition. Wow, that is too bright. I'm in a bad spot for bright lights, guys. Sorry. Hang on. Let me see if I can improve the quality of that. Let's see if you guys are a little... Oh, that just covering the thing improved that. I don't know if wiping it off did, but covering the lens for a minute. Resetting the light balance. All right. So, see how far back I am? I am all the way back at, it's like Barney over again, all over again. Yep.
Fuck ice.
Fuck ice!
Fuck ice, yeah.
Look good.
Thank you. I like hot cocoa and shit anyway, right?
Yay, TriMet! Technically what they were stealing from her was, there was some chalk in there, but it was mostly acrylic paint. But acrylic paint, like craft paint, if you put it on the sidewalk, it's going to last about 4 rains before it washes away. And I mean, I've taken enough of it home on my shoes, but I will help replace her paints. My helmet, I don't have a helmet out here. What I had that walked away was a respirator, and it is possible that if it ended up out here, like ended up back here, it was in a gray bag. And if it found its way back here, it was in the Operation Inflation Storage Unit, and Jordy couldn't get at it over the weekend. But he says he thinks he's got it, and he's going to try and, when he has a chance to get it, he'll get it back to me if it was mine. So if you picked up my respirator, I appreciate it. I wish I'd had that a couple weeks ago, or like last weekend when I got sunburned for No Kings. But it turns out they didn't actually use it on us, but I would have liked to have had it. But if it makes its way back to me, that would be really cool, because I'm not really in a position to spend $140 right now. So you've got the main sidewalk with the driveway on it. That's legal. Then you've got this little area right here, which is where the chalk was sitting. It's legal for it to be there. Then you've got this sidewalk here that tees off to their back door. If you're painting this, they probably can legally get away with taking the chalk and paint that was right here that you were using to do it. Probably. I don't know. I mean, I think it's going to come down to a judge. But I think it'll come down to a judge. Either they need to arrest you for the crime of vandalism, at which point they can take your stuff, or, they need to not be taking your stuff. They didn't arrest her for anything, but they did take her stuff. I'm not sure where the law goes on that exactly. Okay, I heard a kid singing along with SpongeBob up in one of the balconies, so I think they brought the kid inside and closed off their balcony, but that was funny. I don't have a problem with the sidewalk art. I have a problem with the spray paint. Although the other side of this block, I'm on Moody. The street behind me, parallel to where I'm sitting, is The street in front of me here. This is Bond, or excuse me, Moody. Bond is directly behind me. Bond, the sidewalk, the other side of this building has some uneven spots. I kind of wish somebody would take the take one of those rattle cans and go down there and paint the high spots on the sidewalk so that people don't get hurt. My fiance has fallen out of a wheelchair a couple of times over there, and well, she wasn't seriously hurt, but she could have been. And it's a low-income building. I mean, they don't have a bunch of money to spend on making the sidewalk not rough. Okay. The sidewalk thing and the music. They started playing Baby Shark, which is like the most annoying song on the internet. And then suddenly you hear, "This is a federally protected facility, blah, blah, blah. If you don't stop what you're doing, we will arrest you, blah, 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 blah," whatever. Okay. So, I went over there thinking, it's like, are they literally like threatening them over playing Baby Shark? And they came out, and they didn't do anything about the Baby Shark, although they did seriously stop and think about it. What they did do was pick up the art supplies and walk off with those, because the art supplies are something that they could say was used in a crime. Of course, they didn't actually grab anybody for the crime, and the art was right there. What they were doing was taking the art supplies and spraying off the freshly painted sidewalk so that, it erased the art. She painted, like, I should go over and get pictures of the sidewalk, guys. She has done all of the artwork over there. It's phenomenal. It's amazing. And I'm very glad to be there to see it. So I will go and show it to you guys if you haven't seen it. And it looks better in person than it does on my camera. Oh shit. Did my Wi-Fi work over there? Holy shit. Or did I reconnect? I bet I reconnected. Because I doubt my Wi-Fi worked all the way over there on the building. No, I'm still on the Wi-Fi. Wow. How the hell? I did not expect that to work. Well, there'll be cars coming, so I'll wait a minute. But, all right, let's go check out this sidewalk, guys. All right, so is nothing with the sidewalk over here, but nice. Okay, I'll go back over that so you guys can see it from the other direction. Ah. What she was doing was painting the same kind of stuff over there. And here is public. She can paint over here. But this right here, from about that first crack on back, is private property. So if they would, spray that down, they're allowed. But what I would love to have happen, I would love the city to hit them. Actually, I would love the city to say, you guys have to paint this or we will. And if they don't paint over it, I would love the city to hire her to come out here and paint like the sidewalk on all of this that has been spray painted. That's what I want to see. So my idea is they erased her paint on the sidewalk over there. Well, it was Baby Shark.
Well, Jordy's controlling it.
Oh. Okay, sorry guys. I walked over to where the graffiti was. I don't know at what point I disconnected. But while I was over there, I stopped to talk to Rexy about it. What Rexy... Somebody painted something on the sidewalk. If they don't have proof that her paints for that mural on the public sidewalk, if they don't have evidence that her paints were used to vandalize the sidewalk on their property, they don't have the right to take them. They did take them. And she has totally got my video as evidence that they did. So it becomes, the onus is on them to prove that her paints were used to graffiti their property. If they can't do that, then her paints don't belong to them. They stole her paints. And she can go after them for the cost of those paints. And she should. There was a request to change the song. Although earlier there was a kid up there somewhere who was singing along. Ah! Worst YouTuber. Best worst YouTuber. I suck at this. It's fine. So that's the thing. They can't prove that her paints were used to deface the sidewalk on their building. She's using the paints on the mural on the sidewalk, on the public sidewalk. And she was saying hey, they're on the public sidewalk. These are my paints for my mural on the public sidewalk. I'm doing the community a service. Okay. She's got my video as evidence. They took her paints, and they need to, if she decides to go after them in court, they have to prove that those paints, in particular, those paints that are her property, were used to commit some sort of vandalism. Because she was painting her part of the sidewalk, well, her part, the public sidewalk, but the section of the sidewalk she was painting doesn't belong to them. So yeah, there's that. So she has every right to sue the living shit out of them for it. And I support her doing so. Somebody did something on their sidewalk. I didn't see what it was. If it wasn't her, and they'd have to prove that it was her, or at least her stuff, then they had no right to take it. None. So yeah, I'm very much in favor of her going after him for it. All right.
Can't wait for the white man to let us have the song.
What are you looking for me to show over there? Yeah, see, that's the thing. The graffiti, that stuff I want to see. I want the graffiti gone.
I'm glad we're clear on that now. I'm glad we're clear on that.
Making an exception on my rule to not film down here because.
No, I asked you if you could share the time. You know what? This is. Oh my God! You're fucking. Are you fucking? I'm glad you're really respectful about this. And our family that get locked up in there. I'm glad you're really respectful about it.
What's this have to do with? What does that have to do with?
Because every fucking where else. Oh, I'm not.
No, you can't. No, you came up to me to the distance. No, you came up to me. You came up to me.
I'm trying not to get faces, but people sitting, but I'm sorry, did she just threaten him? Yay, try Matt. Two. Is it that late already? It might be. bright pink with, just 4 in the morning, come by a couple of days with a paintball gun and just splatter pink paint. I am not encouraging anybody to do that. I don't engage in any sort of civil disobedience. I'm talking to you guys who aren't here, specifically on my chat, all over the place, and don't live in Portland, so I'm not telling anybody in Portland to do anything illegal. I'm just suggesting ridiculousness for the sake of ridiculousness. All right, so I guess she's not coming back, so I'm gonna stop filming down here because I don't fuck ice! I don't film Operation. She is coming back. Okay. If somebody's coming over to Operation Inflation and causing problems here, that I'll film. Try not to film other people. But if she's going to cause trouble over here, that I'll film. Because we might need evidence. If you don't vote, I think you really should, because, while I agree that you got two broken parties, right now you have a broken party and a genocidal psychotic party, and you can remove the genetic psychotic. The psychotic and genocidal party from office by voting. And I figure I'm far enough out that she comes back over here. It was Annabelle who gave me that taco. I wasn't sure that it was her because I don't names very well, but it was. And of course, I'm not going to actually recognize it as her probably when I see her again. But that's so cool. I love my taco. Yeah, I mean, what you do is, of course, your business, Stephen, but I really think, you know, if you can remove the people put Trump in power and who have supported him and encouraged him and set zero limits on a guy who's literally trying to fucking nuke the Middle East and start World War III as a nuclear war? If you can vote those people out, even if you don't have anybody you want to vote in necessarily, I mean, the alternative is violence, and I don't think I want to go there if we can help it. It may happen. Because, I mean, there's only so much people will take. But I'd rather us not go there, you know? I'm sure I've been reported for encouraging it because the chuds were like, really? You're going there? We're literally bringing guns. We're talking about, you know, we're willing to shoot people who disrespect our dear leader, Donald Trump. But, you know, if you even suggest that there's a limit, a point at which the American people will say that some sort of direct, and yeah, it could wind up being violent action, might eventually be necessary. Oh my God, fucking pearl clutching bullshit. It's okay when we do it. We have a Second Amendment right. You don't.
Love you, Taco.
Thanks. Have a good night. Yeah, that kind of bullshit. We have rights. We have a Second Amendment right to carry our guns to protests and point them at you. You don't have a right. You show up at a protest with a gun, you deserve to be shot. Fuck your double standards. Seriously. Fuck your double standards. And fuck you for having double standards like that. So the thing is, while they are leasing it, they can exercise federal authority over the property they're leasing, so long as, you know, the property owner and the lease have permitted them to do so. But they still don't have the right to do anything with stuff on public property or people on public property who are not actually engaged in any sort of crime. They stole her paints. Was she committing a crime? Vandalism. Was she painting the sidewalk you lease? She was not. She was working on the sidewalk mural. Unless you've got video evidence to the contrary, if you've got the evidence to say she painted that, pics or it didn't happen, where's the fucking video? You telling me with your 75 fucking million, trillion, quadrillion fucking dollars, you can't afford a camera to show that it was her painting the sidewalk, not on public property? Because if you can't do that, what you did was you burglarized. In fact, because you fuckers were armed, what you did was an armed robbery. Well, we have immunity because fucking Donald Trump says so. Well, you know what? Donald Trump ain't gonna be president in 5 years. You won't have immunity then. Am I talking about enforcing a petty theft, well, charge and armed robbery against federal shitbags, MAGA Jan 6 pieces of neo-Nazi shit? Abso-fucking-lutely. Put them in prison. Oh yeah. They said Mike was parked like an asshole. And I figured if I said, yeah, I'll pass the message on. I tell you what Mike is going to say is, yeah. What? I parked like an ass? Yeah, sure. I'll own that one. I mean, I don't even know what the complaint is really, but yeah, we'll on that. Sorry, guys.
Dealing with the right-wing nut jobs in your.
Oh no, my mods take care of that for me. They're faster than I am. We're discussing the fact that you cannot prove that our sidewalk artist was the one who painted. As far as I know, she didn't paint anything other than the public sidewalk, not even in front of the ice building, and that is not their problem. And if they stole her paint for doing that, then they committed armed robbery. They came out with fucking guns to steal her paint.
Yes.
And she was painting the public sidewalk, not the sidewalk on private property, the public sidewalk. Well, they say she's responsible for something on private property. If it wasn't her, that was her property, then they got nothing. And if they can produce video to the to prove otherwise, then, you know, they should have arrested her.
They can't.
They can't.
Because half of their exterior cameras don't work.
Well, but they all have body cams, or at least they fucking should, given $75 million quadrillion they've got.
They have them now, but they never turn them on until like.
See, and that's the thing. If they don't have their cameras on, that suggests that what they're doing is not legal.
Oh, they have their body cameras on the 31st. They fucking bombed on it.
Yep. That's why they turned them off, because they did shit they ain't supposed to. All right. All right. Yeah, this is the problem with being over here. In order to fix this, I really got to get that whole, you know, I got to get the setup that, because I mean, that's not really fog glare. That's just the bloom from the fact that I'm using a Pixel 6, which is better than I expected. I need to reposition so the bright floodlights and headlights, which might as well be floodlights, are not pointed right at my lens. I will just say I do not support anybody attacking anybody. It's not my thing. I don't approve. If you are in danger, you need to do what you need to do, but initiate nothing. I literally walk right by chuds, and sometimes I recognize it before I do, and sometimes I don't recognize it until, I'm already close enough that I could get maced for being in the vicinity. I just walk on by. Partly, I figure I'm safe to do that because even their stream, kind of people on their stream, are going to take exception to them, macing a blind guy walking by them with my disabilities. I think even their audience will take exception to that. But also, I generally operate under the don't start none, won't be none sort of ethos. And I do realize they do want to start shit, but like I said, there's some level of, I sort of don't see them wanting to start that with me, given that it ain't gonna go well. Plus, I sort of expect that somebody would do something about it if they did, and maybe not necessarily out here. I don't know who, I don't know where, I don't want to know. If I don't know who does it, or that it happened, or that it is likely to happen, then I can't be responsible for it. But, there's several people have said on a couple of occasions that if somebody attacks one of the people out here with disabilities, their ass is getting beat. Now, I can't say who, partly because I don't know. And I can't say when, partly because I don't remember. But the folks out here take care of those of us who have disabilities. But I'd rather not be necessary in the beginning. So I hope that we can all just, shit talk each other like, grown adults. Ah, fuck. What I genuinely wish is if those guys would realize that Trump is crazy and they backed somebody who's out of his fucking mind and decide to not do that anymore. The dude has lost.
Are you still streaming?
Yeah.
What do you stream on?
YouTube.
Oh.
I'm mostly ranting about the fact that Trump is out of his fucking mind.
Yeah.
I came out here on Monday. It's like, yeah, it's just going to be it's protest hangout. There's not going to be many people. There's not going to be much excitement. Nothing really spicy happening. It's just going to be us out here, and we're going to talk about a couple of political issues. Had a discussion about privilege of various sorts. That was fun. And then I offered my opinion on the 25th Amendment and why that is the wrong way to remove Donald Trump from power.
Yeah.
Because it's actually harder than impeaching him.
I think that J.D. Vance is going to be president before this is over.
Oh, easily.
I don't think because of this something the Democrats are going to do. I think something that fucking CIA and whoever else.
I offered the three possibilities for removing Trump.
He's going to have a heart attack.
That could happen too. The three ways that Trump's still alive could be out of office. People suggested the 25th Amendment, but the problem with that is all Donald Trump has to do is send a letter to Congress saying, yeah, I'm fit for duty, and he's president again. Unless you get 2/3 of both houses of Congress to say, no, he's not. In which case, he can just turn around and do it again tomorrow. So he can just keep sending the same letter over and over again. And then he's back with his finger on the nuclear button.
His finger on a lot of buttons.
Yes, but the nuclear one is the biggest concern right this minute. So that doesn't work. Impeaching him removes him from office, gives Republicans a black eye. It would require the Republicans to accept a black eye to remove him. I'm going to turn this a little bit.
They will never remove him.
Option number 3 is if they have the votes to remove him and
Democrats
don't.
are-
If Republicans have the vote, if Democrats with Republicans have the votes to remove him, like they did with the Epstein files thing, what they can do is they can send congressional leadership to the White House to talk and say, hey, the votes are there to impeach you. How about instead, and this sucks for us because we want him to face justice. But they can say, look, you can resign and there'll be no impeachment vote.
I don't think there's
And Vance will pardon you immediately for anything, general pardon, and you can stay in Florida or leave the country and you won't be extradited to face any state charges anywhere. Now, he would escape justice that way, until he croaks, which is not long from happening. But, I mean, it would be great to have justice. But if the alternative is leaving him in power with his finger on the nuclear button ready to start World War III, I'll take that. And I think Republicans will do it if they think he's serious. Do they think he's serious?
I don't know. Well, I mean, some of the people didn't listen to him about bombing Rome, so maybe they'll listen to him if he says to launch a nuke. Maybe there'll be people that are like, hell no.
I'd rather not find out.
The lives of the side note, somebody started an annual meeting of wives. I think it was of like world presidents.
Yeah.
And when there was like the Cuban Missile Crisis, it played a big role on communication between
Oh, I believe it.
the nations. Yeah. Whoever made that had a good idea.
The problem is that Melania's like, I don't really care, do you? I don't think she can hear. Yeah. I wouldn't mind saving the world. That would be a nice thing. I favor the world being safe.
You like that platform YouTube? You don't use any of the other ones?
Well, I mean, basically the platforms of choice are basically YouTube and TikTok. And I didn't want to use TikTok when it was owned by the Chinese, and I really don't want to use it now it's MAGA.
Yeah.
You can't really live stream on Twitter, and I wouldn't be on Elon Musk's platform anyway.
Yeah, you can. It's just you're gonna get overrun by
Bots.
I
bots
could do it on
and
Meta, I
fanboys.
suppose, but I'd have to create another Meta account. The last time I had a Meta account, now, got to point out, I was a Republican and, at least Trump supporting, not MAGA, but Trump supporting. Back during COVID, I posted something that pissed somebody off who worked for Facebook. So you can imagine what it might have been. It could have been damn near anything I posted, right? And what they did was they disabled my account for being able to post like I was in Facebook jail, but I had no community strikes. And they deleted everything I had ever posted on Facebook.
Got a lot of bans like that. Just,
Oh, but
it's the government.
But
It has to be.
deleting literally everything I ever posted, and then locking my account like I was in Facebook jail, but I don't have a countdown for being out of it. ever.
Oh, you
I pissed somebody off. And I mean, I know how to do it as, you know, a sysadmin. I know how to do what they did. You go and change a couple of flags manually, and then you go and say, select from anything written by this asshole, and delete. Yeah, that's what they did. Because you know, if you use a meta platform, you can't delete everything you ever posted. You cannot do it. You can't do it. Somebody else can. Not anybody who you know. So I haven't had to say that, you know, other people have said, well, did that have something to do with you leaving the Republican Party?
Oh.
No, I think it was ultimately, it really came down to maybe not being in that bubble anymore might have helped, but it really came to January 6th, drawing that connection that, yeah, Donald Trump instigated that. Donald Trump tried to overthrow the Constitution long before we had, you know, hard evidence that he did it, like his own voice on a phone call.
Yeah.
Before we had any of that, I'm like, yeah, he did that. And then, you know, being kind of politically in a coma for a couple of years, and then going, holy shit, the Republican Party is giving him everything he wants. I thought they hated his guts. I thought they wanted anybody but him. I thought nope, everything.
Well, that's all. That's because.
And that was me going, bye.
Way scarier this time than last time.
And, way scarier. And then is when, you know, now that I'm out of this bubble completely, I've left the party, I'm just like an angry independent. I end up coming down here a couple of times, talking to some people. First time I talked to some lefty rebels, and they're like normal people, and I'm like, oh, they're normal people. And then I'm, you know, like discovering Heather Cox Richardson, who, I'm a nerd. I'm the nerdiest fucking nerd who ever nerded a nerd. So then you got this history professor, and she's like, all this shit that Trump is doing was systematically done by Republicans since Ronald Reagan. It has been a concerted, deliberate effort. Starting in 1980, and I'm like, I wasn't even necessarily potty trained back then. I couldn't say Democrat and Republican. So you telling me everything that I have ever been told about politics, particularly on the right wing, has been a lie for my entire fucking life? And basically she's like, yeah, here's the receipts. Oh.
Cry?
No, I'm not the sort of person to cry. I'm the sort of person to be like, we need to tear these motherfuckers down. Now, I'm not a violent person.
You didn't have to mourn for a country you thought you loved. That doesn't
But see,
exist.
the thing is, I still love my country. I still support the Constitution. I did take an oath to defend it against enemies, foreign and domestic.
Yeah.
I just was completely wrong about what a domestic enemy looked like. So I didn't mourn what I mourned what I, you know, thought was true. But more than that, I was enraged by the people who'd spent decades lying to me, pretending they cared about individual rights and original interpretation of the Constitution. It means what it meant when it was written, not what people try to twist it into today. And then you get this fucker, and he's arguing birthright citizenship, that's in the Constitution. No, it's not, because I say it's not. See, if you look at it in a certain light, it really was talking about that's not what it says. That's not. And even the Supreme Court's like,
Yeah, they just hear that on a talk show and then they just repeat it.
so at that point, I'm like, no, I'm not mourning. I'm not mourning the country, because the country's still here. I'm not mourning. Take care.
Bye.
I'm not mourning our heritage, because our heritage is still here.
You can say my name, I don't care.
I'm
Bye.
catching.
Okay.
See you later.
Stay out of trouble.
You can say my name all you want. My name is Joseph Carter, Charlie Alpha Romeo, Tango Echo Romeo, for any any MAGA who just happen to pass like basic radio communications. If you're a little older, I'd do it in Morse code for you. But yeah, I basically got 77 people like listening to me rant here.
Have you only been taken back there once? Is that you?
I haven't been taken back there at all.
There's another blind person here.
Yes, Quinn. And they beat the shit out of him.
Yeah. Yeah.
They dropped him on his head like 4 times.
Yeah.
I've seen the video. It's brutal. And what was he doing? He was sitting. No, he was sitting over in the dirt over there with his legs on the driveway.
Yeah.
With his white cane.
Did he get charges?
I don't know. No, it wasn't. Because of my disabilities, and I mean, I tell these guys the whole disability list, so they kind of know. And I know that the chuds have seen my stream, so they know too. I am a legally blind albino with severe albinism, or severe albinism, yes. Severe albinism, definitely. Severe asthma. With diabetic liver damage, I'm insulin dependent. And my immune system is fucked because I take chemotherapy for my stage 4 melanoma. And I will have to for the rest of my life. I have already stopped it once, and the cancer came back. After 7 years. I can never stop taking my chemo. And eventually...
I would take that camera stand and go up to one of those feds.
See, eventually...
They better hope I don't get a fucking death sentence.
Eventually, my chemo will stop working. And at that point, either I find something that still does, or I'm dead. So, I don't... There are people at home who depend on me to live as long as I can. My fiance. She's been down here a time or two. Short, cute wheels. But she needs me to take care of myself as best I can. So I don't do civil disobedience at all. I mean, somebody said you jaywalk.
I get it. That's why you don't do it.
Yeah.
I get it. I have that much self-control.
It's hard some days. Believe me, it's hard some days. All right, I'm filling up all these pockets, and I still haven't emptied out this jacket. So it is well after 10 p.m. now. Yeah, 10:15. Are there? Are you guys still here? Have a good night. I cannot believe there are 80 of you guys watching my stream. Wow. At this hour.
You guys,
I guess
cash
so.
out me $5, I'll run up there and get arrested. just for your personal entertainment.
I suspect she'll do it too. Hey, tonight somebody somebody was kind enough to send me 15.
Oh,
That's
good.
yeah. I have I now can say I have received 3 donations, and one of them was $1 from Charlie. She was giving me her phone number via Venmo so that I could connect her with someone who volunteered to help make burritos. It's like, I don't want to give it to you on YouTube. I'm like, you shouldn't give it to me on YouTube. I can't find your email. I'll just do this.
I think they stopped arresting. I mean, I could get arrested for being. But they haven't arrested me for it.
I think they're
they
trying.
gave up.
I think they know that Trump is on a. I mean, you got different groups of people. I think you've basically got DHS, not ICE there, like Federal Protective Detail, just there to guard the building, and they don't care. And they also kind of realize Trump is nuts.
I think they got some training too. I think they got some do not engage with protesters training. Because it's a uniform behavior that
I suspect
for like
the
last month.
the people who are in there now, I suspect those guys have already had it. You know, that they're not. This isn't new training. This is training they have had, and they know that that's a line they don't have like video showing that showing our wonderful sidewalk artist was vandalizing the private sidewalk, and I don't think you could find that video because I don't think it happened. Somebody did, but painting the mural on the public sidewalk was the point, and that's what those paints were there for. So taking them, that's not okay.
That's so. I haven't seen them use the hose in like years.
I've seen it a couple times because people have like sprayed.
That's right. They've done it to the driveway.
Yeah. Okay, randomly in my pocket, I've had 2 forks and a spoon.
Wish I didn't have to go to the airport. And I would be a problem child right now.
Yeah. So we're on the night shift now. It is 10:30, so we're near shift change time. At this point, what I really ought to do is pack up the wagon here and take the tripod over to the front lawn. I think that's what I will do. So you don't have time to like get arrested. Because you got places to go.
I can get arrested tomorrow. You know how many times I've been arrested here?
Oh, probably a few. But the thing is, every time I'm out here, my videos show I don't commit crimes of any sort. I don't hide my face at all. The only time I have been out here with my face covered was before 7:30 yesterday. I came out with a balaclava, and the joke, I'm the only one out here in block who's deliberately not in block.
Yeah, I think it'd be hard for you to be in block.
It would, because of the cane and the
I
wagon.
never was committing a crime either, but
But I mean, like, I had the whole, gray, anonymous balaclava mask because of the sun. I have to do that more in the sun. All right, that is so much lighter now that there's not a bunch of shit in it. There's still a couple of things, but I'll deal with it later. I've moved everything into this fishing vest. This doesn't have all the medical stuff I would like to have in it. This has just the stuff I carry. It does include, Sudocon. September. My string has slipped. The thing about wearing sweatpants is they're held on by a string. And the string slips.
Did you get any of the fights on film?
For the most part, when I had been down here, I had not. And in fact, I didn't even get the one I was involved in. Because I was packing up and being ready to leave for the night. And this car, and it turns out it's a fucking Mercedes SUV. Not that I can tell that. So right over there. And somebody shouts out the window, and over here, Jordy and Lacey are having a meeting over at the storage unit. They were meeting with the frogs to discuss, ways to use their platform effectively. People pay attention to the frogs. The frogs are kind of
when are they gonna start using the fucking platform? Shit.
Well, they did. They were, they did the thing like with the State of the Union. But what is that?
Oh, I thought they meant for us that don't have a voice. That's what I was hoping for. We don't have a voice.
Well, the point is to start winning back our government. So anything they do that does that really is beneficial to us. But
if you're coming to ICE and you're a white person and you're making money doing it, or you're doing whatever, it's your hobby, and you're not recognizing who the fuck gets locked up in there and why, and all the shit that's happening, it's bullshit. It's total bullshit that they're down here doing that. Like, every once in a while, can you fucking mention us? Can you fucking ever talk about us?
I don't make a dime.
Huh? No, but I mean, everyone should
technically,
every once in a while talk about what the fuck goes on inside of ICE instead of just hanging out here. And they don't say anything. Or, like, I'm not talking about you, but like other people will get a whole shit ton of followers and then they won't fucking boost any of our legal funds.
Most of the people who are out here getting a shit ton of followers and super chats and whatnot, they're MAGA.
Yeah. But there's some white people doing that, like the one that January 6th bitch that comes here. I'm just saying, like, they're all white and they're not fucking helping indigenous people and people that have family at risk to ICE. Like, that, to me, that seems like total bullshit. Like, go do your Burning Man festival at another federal location. Like, there's an altar right there.
I'm going over to. She really is. She's looking for an altercation. I don't know why. Some people. But I say it, I mean it. Don't start none, won't be none. There is currently nobody up front here. But everybody over here has left. So I'm gonna call it a night, guys. $62 likes. That's not. One ICE statistic.
70% are not criminals.
Oh, easily. And in fact, 70% haven't done shit, and even fewer have done anything that actually qualifies as being rapists and murderers, the worst of the worst. In fact, over 90% have done no violence. And the fact is, these motherfuckers have shot too many. What? I'm supposed to say 2? No, it's not 2. It's more than 2. How many? I don't even fucking know. But it's more than 2 people they've killed.
Oh, ICE?
ICE, Border Patrol, people at these fucking concentration camps. That. There was a guy with, like, he's fucking deafblind, and they sent him out into the cold without a fucking jacket, much less any sort of way to communicate with people. He died of exposure. No, he was murdered by them because they released him knowing his disabilities in a way that was dangerous, without no ID, no money, no phone, no technology, no assistance. A guy who's fucking deafblind and doesn't speak English. And they just let him out in the cold, in the freezing fucking cold, and he died.
They have a name for that in Canada.
I just call it what it is. Murder. Anyway, guys. Oh no! If you knew that your illegal actions and taking his stuff and dropping him in the middle of nowhere without protection from the cold, which he had before you took him, and you know you did that intentionally, it's murder. Straight up.
What is that symbol?
I don't know.
It's an old.
Oh, it's an Ankh. It's an Ankh.
It's like a Celtic symbol, isn't it?
Egyptian. Egyptian. It's an Ankh. But I don't think it was painted by the one who paints our sidewalk.
Is this what? This must be what they're trying to remove with the hose.
Yeah. But no, that wasn't painted with acrylics, or it would have washed off. So, wasn't her paint they stole. From the, I'm surprised I still have it, but the minute I move it further away from that building than I am right now, I will lose my connection. So I'm gonna get out of the way of this oncoming car.
You know, I wear a mask not to hide my activities because I don't like seeing the pictures online. It's a really psycho-viral.
Ooh, she's on last night. Well, have a good night. My channel's Have Another Taco.
Huh? Taco?
Have Another Taco.
Have another taco? That's a taco.
She was the one that was trying to get arrested last night, wasn't she? Well, anyway. Have a good night. Well, I think she means well. I genuinely do, guys. I think she means well. But I think she's a bit hot-tempered. And I should know something about being hot-tempered because that's me. It has been a lot of effort to be less angry. And I'm not less. I'm be less out of control of being angry. I'm angry as fuck. Those motherfuckers in that building, they represent the most disgusting part of humanity. They serve the most disgusting part of humanity. And honestly, I'm a religious guy. I think what they're doing is serving something literally demonic. What I can do out here is make some videos and talk about it. Let people know that this shit is here. This shit is wrong. It needs to be stopped. And, you know, I've heard before, well, you guys aren't stopping it. I mean, hell, she was saying, I don't know her name. I think she said it, but I wasn't paying attention. I would have forgotten it if I had been. She was saying, us white people out here, we're not stopping it. No, probably not. But by being out here, protesting in front of that building, and not fucking spray painting it, standing out here, wearing costumes, being goofy, playing music, even fucking SpongeBob and Baby Shark, just being ridiculous. And they come out with guns, and they break laws, they commit crimes. The point of that is people can see who the bad guys are. It ain't us. Because we're not the ones breaking the law. We're not committing crimes. We're not threatening people. We're not shooting people. We're coming out here and, generally speaking, we're expressing our anger, and we're not being violent to do it. Some people after No Kings came out and they got violent, but are they? I mean, the fact is, they're not out here any other night. Why not? because they weren't out here to protest ICE. They came out here to, you know, cut loose and do shit they wouldn't get away with anywhere else. I understand some of that, but I mean, I tell people who were MAGA, and I've told this story a couple times on the channel, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time belaboring it now. But I tell people, if you say you were MAGA, if you say you voted for Trump in 2024, so you're responsible for this shit right now, being sorry sounds a little hollow. If you really feel sorry about what you did, get your ass out here and help us stop it. You don't have to, like, storm the building. I'm not storming the building. I wouldn't be even if I could be. I might, you know, if I had no risks, no, you know, if there were no issues with me taking risks and getting arrested, I'd probably get myself arrested now and then. Much like, you know, Lacey does to volunteer to check the volume of the music. You know what? I am going to hop there. Oh, I need to do the other one. There. Now I can actually set the thing down if I'm going to talk to you guys. Sorry. If I could take risks, I'd probably get myself arrested once in a while, but it would be, you know, stupid bullshit type arrest where I'm clowning on them and they've decided to take it personally that I clowned on them. Big fucking deal. You know, nothing violent, nothing. Now, I will say true. There has never in the history of ever been a case that people have been stupid enough to elect a fucking dictator, despot piece of shit. And they've been able to remove him through an election. It has never happened. Not once. It could happen this time. But if it does happen this time, the reason why it happens this time is because Donald Trump is an imbecile. He's a brain-rotted fool. He's a clown, a joke. And he surrounded himself with incompetent people who make him look like the smartest guy in the room, despite the fact that he's literally anything but. Because of that, there's a chance that Donald Trump could be removed from office with a vote. If it doesn't get done that way, it'll have to be done the other way. And the other way, look at South Korea. It doesn't have to be violent, but it would have to be something that might get people arrested. If they are, you know, people loyal to him and not to the country, people likely to get arrested doing it. People might get dead doing it because they may just spray and pray. Spray and pray they never get called to account for it. A little different than the usual spray and pray, but the same idea. If that happens, guys, I'm going to live through it. But that's not the reason I don't want it. I don't want it because, you know, people I care about might not come out the other side either. I don't know what will happen. If things go there, I don't know what will happen. You don't know what happened. Nobody knows what's going to happen. And we might go through all of that just for some fucking Democrat to decide, hey, I've got the support that Donald Trump didn't really have. I can take it now for myself. left-wing dictators. There's been a lot of left-wing dictators. A lot of right-wing dictators. I think the problem isn't necessarily the party. It's the dictator part. Emphasis on dick when we're talking about Donald Trump in particular, but hey. If we're serious about stopping it, and we're serious about making it not happening, we're serious about like recovering and preserving what was supposed to be America. You know, we've got to be a little careful here. He says, and folks are popping off because it's late, because I'm just rambling about, you know, I think we not burn it all down, and I've said this shit before. I haven't changed my mind. But it seems like I am the last person out here, unless there's some folks down at the base camp. I may check on that before I leave, but I'm headed out. That woman, I do not know her name, but I think she was the same one who was trying real hard to get arrested last night. I hope she can find not a release for anger, because she should be angry. I hope she find better employment. Wasn't paying attention. People coming in, going out, and there's nobody out here. It's Monday night, so people have my genuine hope is that she can take a breath, because I think she does mean well. I don't think she's trying to hurt anybody. Sorry. The problem with being an asthmatic in sneezy season, which is 3.5 of them. Ooh, I dropped. The anger is needed. We need the anger. The anger is abso-fucking-lutely necessary. But you've got to be able to control it. Some people get hot and fiery when they're angry. Those guys are not too hard to manipulate. The ones that are more dangerous are the ones who get calm, quiet. The anger is still there. Yay, try that. The anger is still there. But the control is there. You've got the control to go with the anger, so that you know, the anger is not something that other people can use against you. That's what I think we need more of, and I hope she can find it. And if you're angry enough to, you know, want to get yourself arrested or want to tear that building down, I get it, but you want to help. You don't want to help Trump. If you want to help and you don't want to help Trump, tearing down that building isn't going to do it. Spray painting that building isn't going to do it. Getting support of the people, because Republicans know really fucking well. Threepers. They're called threepers. They are kind of conservative, nominally Republican, and their idea is when you get 3.5% of the country behind you, What you have is a revolution. You've got something that a government can't stop. That doesn't have to get violent, and I guess our Captain America guy was saying some shit that got him arrested because he was talking about 3.5% and you can overthrow the country, and it's like, oh, you're talking about revolution and violence. It doesn't have to be violent. Again, look at South Korea. They had more than 3.5% of the population, and they had their president decided he was now a dictator, and the people just said no. And they said no with such force and finality. He tried to just simply dissolve his legislative body. The people said no. It wasn't going to happen. A lot of people didn't even know it was happening. They went to bed and they woke up the next morning and their president had tried and failed to take over the country and become a dictator. Because people who were awake wouldn't let it happen. That could happen in the United States. Donald Trump could decide tomorrow, fuck it, I'm just gonna take it. I'm gonna start arresting Congress to make sure that there's nobody there who can say no to me, and people could be aware of it. They could know it's coming, and they could just simply say, no, you won't. You say you'll do that, you won't do that. We will stop you. And if that happens, what's he gonna do? This is Donald Trump we're talking about. What's he gonna do? Fucking taco? Pretty much, yeah, that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna fucking taco because he's Donald Trump. He's a fucking pussy. He doesn't have any courage, any conviction. All he wants is power, to be loved, to be sadistic, and to have control. And if people say no, he doesn't have it. That's all there is to it, guys. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. And if you're still here and you haven't liked the video and you appreciate what I'm doing and you appreciate my perspective, please click that thumbs up button. If you'd like to be notified when my videos are happening, please click that bell thing. You know how YouTube works. You don't need me to tell you how YouTube works. Take care, guys. Have a good night. And be sure, if you're hungry, have another taco. I'm Joseph. Good night, everybody.